today I'm going to give you a brief introduction of physics. So, this thing that comes in my mind about physics, what is it? I can say that the physics is the study of the physical quantity associated to any object or change. So, let's say something. We also categorize the physical quantity in different order. We call generally it as tensor, and tensor of rank 0 is known as scalar, 1 of rank 1 is vector, and something as you go above, like a scalar of rank 3, rank 2 or something like this, where the rank 2 is about stress. Yes, I think stress is there. So this is something which we study, the things associated, physical quantity associated to the object or change. For example, when I can say about the change, the good example is reflection and refraction. So you can see the light changes its path, and when there is a reflection, the laws of reflection work there. As I know, the incident ray angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and the second law is said that both three lines will exist in a plane. So these things are associated with physical, these physical quantities are associated with objects or a change. So for something like change, when I was saying to you, it's about motion, the very common topic of the physics in class 9, 11, 12, we all read about it, is about motion. So motion is just about how the particle, the physical quantity like position vector, velocity, momentum, force, these things associated to a particle changes with time. So this is something, and we use these types of classical mechanics, or in advance when we read about the statistical mechanics, we used to interpret the data of the sample, like when we say ideal gas. So we use the classical mechanics, principle of classical mechanics, to drive the values of pressure and something like, volume is there, the concept of mole and the relation between them. So there is always, we use them to understand the more complicated system also. You can also say that statistical laws are used to understand when how the things decay, especially when there is a radioactive thing, or in terms of fusions. So physics is all about, when we look around everything, either it is object or change or something, we associate the physical quantity with that object, and we try to evaluate the values and the relation between each and every physical quantity. So this is a very brief introduction. We go along with so many topics are there, but you can see the similarities there, always there, what we are talking about. Either we are talking about motion, we are talking about thermodynamics, we are talking about optics, we are talking about semiconductors, we are talking about something different, communications, anything what we talk, we always see the things, the object may changes. In classical mechanics, the particle, the body, and things changes, but what we always keep the things in our mind, that we are eager to find the values, associated to them, like in position vector, velocity, either this is a big body, we will try to find out the inertia and everything, where we go from one part to another part, optics. So there is all the time we are associated how the lights are moving, what's the angle, and what is the speed there in that medium. So we are all the time, what we are doing, we are associating values, means property, to that physical quantity, and these quantities help us in understanding the whole system. So that's a brief introduction about the physics. I think you just enjoyed it, and I tried my best to give you a small glimpse of it. That's all. Thank you.